Hey everyone, before I get started, I just want to remind you that if you like my content, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and then join the Militia Man and Crew Patreon community by clicking the link in the caption. Hey, good evening everybody. It's the 12th of February and we're going to get started. I know everybody's probably chilling off a little bit. I know where I am. It's cold. It's a very cold day. It's less than 20 degrees and it's late afternoon. So anyway, I guess there's other people that are going to be a lot colder, but that's just the way it goes. But hey, look, we got some stuff that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the monetary dollar in Iraq. The dollar's rising against the dinar. That's is kind of a little bit misleading, but it's some interesting stuff. So anyway, look, Samson brings in all kinds of stuff. She's up early. I mean, when I'm going to bed, and while you got most everybody in the United States is sleeping, she's hard at work. So she does a fabulous job with our news in our Discord, which is with Patreon for a free membership. So you guys keep it in mind that when you first wake up in the morning, if it's cold, Militia Man and Crew's got a whole bunch of stuff to fuel your day with news and an analysis by myself. So we'll get into it. So with Militia Man and Crew and Freedom Forge Coffee, fuel more than just your day. So don't forget MilitiaMan5 discount code below and enjoy your day. So hey, to start it off, you guys, America stops the monetary dollar on Iraq. And it goes on, it says, is the dollar rising against the dinar? Well, probably will if, in fact, what you're going to find out happens, which I believe it already did. In a surprising move, reports indicate that the United States of America has decided to stop sending monetary dollars to Iraq, a decision that have profound or may have profound effects on Iraq's economy and the financial market. The shift raises many questions about its impact on the value of the Iraqi dinar, currency markets, and the local banking sector. It says, what is a cash dollar? Well, it says a dollar cash refers to money that is physically sent to Iraq by the United States, usually through banks or through their other economic mechanisms. This cash flow was playing an important role in supporting the Iraqi economy, especially in light of economic challenges the country faced. And we all know that Iraq's been through a lot of challenges, and that's been going on for a long time. 2003, from the sounds of it. You got to remember, hey, things were happening with those dollar auctions for a long time. Is there underlying issues? We're not going to get into that, but I would say 100% underlying issues. And do I believe that they were done for a reason? And I think that you're going to find in the future that they were. But anyway, it says a reason behind the American decision in this particular article. It says the sources indicate the U.S. decision comes in the context of economic and diplomatic pressure on Iraq. They're putting pressure out there, which includes issues related to the national economy and monetary policies. It says there's some reports also indicate the United States may seek to limit the use of the dollar in Iraqi financial transactions. But that's what Iraq uses for most of their imports, is not the dollar. Okay. It says, in an attempt to promote the stability of the local currency and reduce dependence on foreign currencies. So what's the impact of on this decision? It says this decision is expected to lead to noticeable fluctuations in the local currency market. The U.S. dollar, for instance, is considered one of the main currencies traded in Iraq. So is that about to end? I think in a big way, or has already. But it says a suspension of cash flow may lead to a lack of supply, which may push the dollar higher against the dinar. That's completely talking about the parallel market. It's a black market, right? So all those people that can't get cash anymore and circumvent, they can't smuggle, they can't corrupt, they can't do all that. Bye. Okay. So basically it says what the impact of the rise of the Iraqi market is. It says the increase in the value of the dollar will lead to higher prices in Iraq. So those people that are not playing by the rules are going to have prices go up. What does it do? It exasperates the burden on inflation. So what's that mean? The central bank doesn't want inflation. They've maintained low inflation for years. Okay, even at 1310, but they're not going to be able to do that in the future. If they don't make a change and they don't take out the dollar, multi-currency practice, IMF requirements, they're going to have a problem. they would probably have massive inflation. So anyway, are there any solutions, it goes on to say. It says that the Iraqi government will face major challenge in dealing with these developments. The next phase, so they're talking about something that's coming, may require the development of new economic and financial strategies to mitigate the impact of sudden changes in the currency rates. It will be necessary to have a trend towards strengthening the Iraqi dinar. So their goal is like, we need to strengthen the Iraqi dinar. That sounds good to me. And diversifying the sources of national income away from the heavy dependence on the dollar. This is a really big deal, you guys, that, they stop flowing cash into Iraq because the dollar, because they're going to they're weaning them off so that they will use the dinar. And if it's going to have an impact in sudden changes, well, if you change the currency rate, there's going to be a sudden change. So, look, it says to me, bye-bye dollar. Here we go, dinar. Iraq's going to have to use their own currency, in my view. At some point in time, they're going to have to use their own currency for international trade, cross borders, and they're going to have to be compliant with all the international standards, just like the central bank, just like Saleh just told us the other day that they've done all that. The Iraq central bank has made inroads, has kudos from the United Nations and others even today. They have the support of the world for them to keep moving. The Development Road Project, as you guys have noticed, and especially again today, everything has moved forward. The international world is ready to go. You got ships coming into the port of Fa. You got 15 berths right now full. Okay, you have the TIR, the trucking issue. You got smart technology that they're using for monitoring the trucks coming in and out to extreme levels so that they can, maintain stability of their roads. They can monitor the trucks themselves based off length, weight, all of that stuff to try to keep and maintain their roads to be efficient. And so, look, it's a whole new world, man. It's a whole new world. So, but anyway, the next article is called "The Civil Status National ID Card Transactions Will Be Suspended Tomorrow." Okay, what are they talking about? It says that the Directorate of the Civil Status Passports and Residence announced today that which was on Thursday, Wednesday. It says tomorrow, it says due to updates to the system. That's what they give the reasoning behind why they're going to stop these cards. It says the Directorate announces the suspension of receiving and promoting citizens' transactions related to the national card on Thursday in order to make updates to the system. They go on and say that we call on citizens to take notice into consideration to avoid any delay or disruption of their transactions. So the United States shuts down the dollar. They shut down their national card system up until, I believe it is, work will resume on Sunday, February 16th, 2025. So they're going to shut it down from tomorrow till Saturday night, I guess. So basically, to me, there's no coincidences in this at all. I think those two things go hand in hand for a reason. It's basically that they're going to stop the dollar. They're going to stop the transactions on their cards. So is it a coincidence? I don't think so. So here again towards when I talked about a smart move, what are we talking about? It says Iraq steps towards a revolution in monitoring trucks through the border crossings. Just like I told you. They're adopting a smart system to monitor truck weights, enhance control and efficiency in managing cross-border freight movement. What's their aim? Their aim is of enhancing security control and improving efficiency of commercial operations. But they say with this approach, it seems that Iraq is moving towards achieving a qualitative, so they're using the word qualitative shift in the management of border crossings to be more secure and efficient. So think about it, you guys. We're going from a cash corruption society to a digital society that's going to be managed professionally with international standards. The quality of the impact is going to be for the goods and services coming through the Development Road Project are going to be able to be beneficial for the Iraqis and the world, from the east to the west. That's what they tell you. So, I mean, it's amazing even right now. Everybody should be really kind of pumped up and excited because of the fact of, in totality, what we bring into Patreon forum with Militia Man and Crew and our free Discord chat room at patreon.com/MM&C-Crew. You're going to find that we have a Militia Man's chat room in that Discord. The data that Samson brings in our team that works behind the scenes to help keep it flowing, GG is amazing. And again, we have Pompey, Peter, Petra, and we have the others. We have wonderful members of all likes that come in, okay? And their input is growing, which is acceptable and warranted and wanted, because the fact is that we're a community and we like to have input. So especially when it's backed up with real data, that's the key. You know, opinions and hearsay is what it is. If we prefer the data, put it raw. This is why I have that opinion is really important. So all of you that do that, great. All that you did that don't, feel free. Just if you have an opinion, bring in what you have to support why you have that opinion, because that's fair. That's really fair, and that's what we're about. We're about integrity. We're about quality. Okay, and we try to keep it that way. All right, as accurate as possible, and we do get things wrong. But anyway, okay, so this article says protecting the financial system is a priority for the central bank. It says we must make it clear here that Iraq's top priority is to protect its national economy, its national financial system, monetary system from international or American economic sanctions imposed on some countries. So it says it's a priority according to its financial and monetary policies, which is to avoid being party to those things. It says the Iraqi economy faced many crises and challenges in the past, extending to the years back before 2023, but the government, the Central Bank of Iraq, and the banking sector faced them wisely. They did it harmoniously and with high coordination in order to know and determine the causes of these crises. So they've got it all figured out. And what are the solutions and treatments for the purposes of what? Overcoming them quickly. They want to do this fast. As the central bank began in the beginning of 2023, they were using all kinds of different procedures. It says such as using the electronic platform application for foreign transfers in compliance with international standards and controls, which were represented by organizing the financing of foreign trade in directions that make the Iraqi banking sector regulated by international banking standards. These measures were fruitful in 23 and 24, so they were successful. And his policy of opening accounts, we're talking about the central bank, in solid foreign correspondent banks for banks that lacked these banks all succeeded. There's more to that story. If you guys want to read it, I would suggest you guys do it. But the person that comes from, his name is al-Nasiri. He talks directly. He tells it straight and accurately. The man's known for that. It says, we have seen his work over the many years, which I have, and he's very qualified to know what he's talking about. Iraq has done hard work, as we all know, we can see by what they just told you. And the facts are they have accomplished all this that is needed for international standards. Iraq has done all that work. I hope each and every one of us understand the totality of this article. So please come in and see it. Read it for yourself. You be the judge. It's that good. It says, look, no more U.S. dollar shipments. No more national cards. Well, at least they're suspended starting tomorrow. And again, what they've done and have undertaken to date is phenomenal. Are they going to be integrated into the international financial system? I would bet 100%, in my view, based off that data, they would be doing that, and they would do it quickly, as they stated. The Ministry of Planning, the Development Road Project, does not intersect with any other project in the region. That's a good sign, so they're not in competition. It says the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, and the Minister of Planning, that what they did is they said that they're talking about the Development Road Project does not intersect with any other project in the region. It says we've started implementing the Development Road Project, which represents a huge developmental addition in Iraqi economy and achieving economic stability for the countries of the region. So, look, they've already started it. So they're already, there's evidence here that the development road project is underway. It's the truth. We've been talking about it. They're doing it, whether we like it or not. I do, but they're doing it. It's fascinating. And so here's another one that's even a blockbuster. Oil exports from the Kurdistan region are expected to resume. What would we get if this is true? Excuse me. But if it's true, oil exports from the Kurdistan region are expected to resume through the Iraq-Turkey pipeline next week. It says that the amendment clearing the way for the federal budget law amendment clearing the way for the Kurdistan's oil exports is set to be published in the Iraqi's official gazette and take effect immediately. And this comes from a gentleman by the name of Sabah Subi. And he says an Iraqi lawmaker from the Oil and Gas Committee confirmed to news outlets. So, again, if this holds true, it's going to be amazing to see. And then, again, one other article that's has my attention. The coordination framework confirms its respect for the federal court's decision. There's no room for appeal. So the news that we saw in the last few days talking about these appeals and it's going to hold everything up, it's just not going to turn out that way. And just like we talked about. But anyway, here we go. It says that the federal court's decision today is its responsibility, and the coordination framework, okay, political party, is not about to oppose it because we believe that it is a constitutional court whose decisions cannot be challenged due to its eligibility and constitutionality as the highest federal court in Iraq. Goes on and says the federal court issued a few days ago a final and binding decision for all authorities and is not subject to appeal with regard to the three-law package. Three-law package. Remember those? Okay. It says this was done to provide an opportunity to study the submitted appeals. So what was it? Personal status, amnesty, and real estate. Okay? Real estate has to deal with oil. So does everything. Has to do with evaluation of the assets. That's why they haven't shipped oil yet. That's why they haven't paid salaries yet. That's why they haven't done the real estate issue, because it's related to the citizens' constitutional rights. They get purchasing power from those things. It says the court, through deliberations of 9 judges today, issued its decision to reject the appeals and cancel the jurisdictional order regarding the laws issued by the House of Representatives. So in other words, they don't have a right to stand on, or anything to stand on, I guess, such as the penal code, the general amnesty, and personal status. I find it very interesting that they don't mention the real estate law in the way they do, but they use it as the penal code. I haven't looked into that just yet, but the bottom line is if we know and go back in history, we all know that the real estate, which is for the autonomous region, for Kirkuk, owning land, all that stuff, okay, the land has a lot of value to it, and you got to have a real value for that. Okay, so anyway, they go on and says the federal court today ended the mandate of the state order. Thus, the 3 laws became effective. So the 3 laws became effective and ready for application and implementation, as they will be submitted to the President of the Republic for signature and then published in the Gazette, and thus become available for implementation according to the provisions specified in them. That's massive. It's going to be done. They said those 3 laws become effective, ready for application, implementation, and it was going to be submitted to the President for the Republic so that they can do what? Publish it in the Gazette and thus become available for the implementation. The actions mean get it going, get it started, and they said that they had an urgency, if you remember that. Okay, not the same word, but expedite or whatever they used. Okay, it says during the past few days we witnessed for the first time a conflict between the Supreme Judicial Council and the federal court, but we see, as those familiar with legal matters, that the federal court is the one competent to interpret laws and resolve disputes between the federal authorities, the region, and the governance. It says also, though, the federal court's decision is legally binding and all authorities as stated in the Constitution, and this is something that no one disputes. So even the political parties are not denying it. They go on to say this procedure falls within the constitutional powers of this court, as it is a legal path available within the framework of the democratic process. He expresses this. He says, extreme astonishment at the attack on the federal court by the state judicial, I guess, which aims to undermine its reputation, infringe upon its constitutional right to monitor the constitutionality of laws, noting that these attempts constitute a clear violation of the independence of the judiciary and its vital role in protecting the legal and constitutional system. Basically, what is it? It's the truth is told. As I put it in my forum, it's like, drop the mic, you guys. This is huge. This one law did not mention, the one law that didn't mention that I bring up was the real estate law. And that, if you guys realize, is that a lot of people know it by the hydrocarbon law. And therefore, you guys realize that that has got to have a real asset valuation. And who are the biggest players in this? They told us the other day. You got Ernst & Young, you got Oliver Wyman, you got K2, you got all these different entities in there doing what? Assessing and auditing Iraq. They know what's coming and they know what's going. And they know where the money's going. No different now that here in the United States we're finding out where the money's been going, and they probably are doing the exact same thing in Iraq, is that they found where the money has been going. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's been going on for a lot of years, hence the Rafidain Bank situation. Why were all those dollars going to illicit, corrupt items? And what else were they using to bring in those dollars from those auctions? They were using Dinar. So it sounds like some of those folks that were using Dinar have a lot less than they did in the past. And we're talking about countries and neighboring countries. I think if it holds true, it's probably kind of a brilliant plan that's been ongoing for not just 4 years, not at all. I think it's been going on a long time. And I think if anybody's did that, the plan has been brilliant and it's working. So here we are, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my content tonight. Thank you for being with us. And again, there's going to be a little more to come, I think, maybe a lot more. But hey, this is what we do. You know, we bring that quality news, and I think we just did again. So thanks for being with me. Hit the like button and subscribe. And thanks again for all your support. And everybody knows where you can find us if you'd like to help us out. Enjoy your day. Once again, guys, don't forget to hit that like button if you like this content. Subscribe to the channel, or join us at the Militia Man and Crew Patreon community for even more exclusive content. You can also donate to this channel by hitting the links in the banner to help keep this page up and running. Your generous support is greatly appreciated, as always. Much, much appreciated. Thank you so much and have a great day.